Guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Stas from Stas Brewing here. We've got a little bit of a homebrew beer review. Blah, 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 blah. This is kindly sent to me from Karl from Floor Sweepers Union. This is his ESB. Now he sent me, as I said, a little bit of information about it. This is brewed with American Ale Malt, Light Crystal, Dark Crystal, Chocolate Malt, Aurora, Supernova, and Flaked Maize. As I said to you in a few other videos, we did a winter warmer brew on the Google Hangouts, and Karl, I believe, was brewing this beer at the same time. Hopped with Target, Goldings, Challenger, and Northdown, fermented with WLP 002. Yum. Sounds delicious. I've only had one of Karl's beers before, and that was the his SJ Pour beer, and he's given me a little bit of shtick about it, about my review. I said it had a metallic taste, and I thought I was being perhaps overly harsh, but I think he was, it wasn't, no hard feelings there, it's all honest tastings. He thought it was, the metallic was the combination of hops and malts, if I remember correctly. But anyway, onto this very well done electrical tape around the lid. So hopefully no loss of carbonation. The bottle's nice and firm. Nice little label there. So yeah, 5.4%. Oh, my hands are all wet. Little fizz. Oh, not too bad. All right. All right. Oh. Nice work. I think this is from the keg. Rather than bottle conditioned. Looks like it. I'll leave the rest there with the head die down. So, it's darker than I was expecting, I have to say. Well, my mental picture of what an ESB is. Maybe that's me. You're not supposed to inhale the foam, you're supposed to sniff it. I'm getting a little bit of hops through that big head. I might just take a chomp of the head, eh? Okay. It's got that, I think it's like a London ale yeast flavour. I'm not the biggest fan of the London ale yeast flavour. That's a personal preference. I used a similar yeast, I think, in the salted caramel popcorn and in the white stout, and I'm tasting a similar little yeastiness in there. But that's nothing wrong with the beer, that's just my personal taste. It's a really nice, it's got an earthy character to the hops, but it's got a touch of fruitiness to it as well. That's really nice. Bitterness is sort of, I wouldn't say it's overly bitter, it's definitely firmly bittered. It's definitely there. It's quite a clean, earthy bitterness, and mouthfeels, carbonation is good, as you can see. I think air travel, more carbonated. Yeah, that's delicious, Karl. Aside from my personal preference over the yeast, but that's certainly not affecting my enjoyment of the beer. I might be talking about my boot hole as well. Yeah, it's got a really nice. It's lovely. It's very nice. 5.4%. My guess would be a little stronger than that, just the way it's feeling, but maybe I'm just feeling very vulnerable and susceptible to the effects of alcohol today after a pretty epic day at work. I don't know what else to say about that. It's my torch is on my phone, which is where you are. But yeah, it's quite a really deep red, reddy browny colour. Not getting an awful lot of chocolate from that chocolate mold, but I am getting this nice, very subtle, integrated, roasty character in it. That fruit, that just fruit just kept, to use Karl's fishing experience, just kind of just keeps you, reels you back in for another sip. It's very nice. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on. Thanks very much for that, Karl. So, this week, as you probably saw, I brewed the McKellar Black Hole Imperial Stout on Sunday. Brew day went pretty well. No major hiccups, other than we missed our gravity by a couple of points Plato, so I think instead of a 13% beer, it's going to be an 11% beer, but yeah, that's fine. Fermentation, as expected, was a bit explosive. I had it in a 500ml, the blow-off valve, sorry, in a 500ml jar in a litre jug, just in case it overflowed. And when I checked it this morning, there was foam everywhere. I'll put a little video maybe in the inset or something. Yeah, cleaned that up. Then I put that 1 litre jug with a little bit of water in it below the fermenter, stacked on bricks in a bucket. So now I've got 9 litres of overflow. If I lose 9 litres, I will cry. Hopefully that's all good, and rather than fermenting at 20 degrees, I originally was supposed to ferment at 22, so I fermented at 20 because I knew that I was going to have a fairly volcanic fermentation. It's now down to 18, just to try and hold that yeast back a little bit. Once we kind of get through the initial couple of days, I'll bump it up again. I'm not terribly worried about, the yeast character. I mean, there's such a massive malt bill flavour with the roastiness and bitterness from the hops. I think any yeast ester is going to be pretty much lost anyway. But the important question about that beer is, I don't think I want to just have it Imperial Stout. I've got some French oak chips, which I want to maybe get some spirits in. Now I could do bourbon oak chips, I could do rum oak chips, I could do whiskey oak chips. What do you reckon? I'm undecided as yet. I might wait till I do a gravity test in a week or so, but if you've got any suggestions, leave your comments. I might just put some oak in there, but don't really want to do that. What else? The white stout. It's finally in the keg. Yes! That beer has been cold crashing for weeks. So I've got a bit of footage of getting all the remaining goods together and into the keg, which I'll tack onto the end of this video. Yeah, I think that's about it for my week. I've got a day off tomorrow, as does the whole of Australia, and don't know if New Zealand gets a day off. I imagine they would, because it's Anzac Day tomorrow. But yeah, fairly low-key day tomorrow here, and I think that's about it. It's enough of me. I hope you enjoyed the footage, and if I'm in the mood, I might travel on to another beer from Gash Slug that I've been hanging on to. So anyway, until next time, this has been Stas from Stas Brewing, signing out. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey guys, it's Stas. It's high time we got this white stout finished. It's cold crashing. We need to do the coffee. We need to do the lactose. Lactose is supposed to go into brew day, but I forgot. So we're going to put it in the cold steep coffee. We're going to boil the water first. Dissolve the lactose for 3 cups of water, 450 grams of lactose, and then we're going to put a cup of ground coffee once we've cooled the water down. Hopefully the lactose doesn't come out of solution. We'll see. And we're going to cold steep it overnight, and then we're going to keg the thing tomorrow. Going to add the coffee and the lactose mixture into the keg with the cacao nibs tincture. So let's get it done. So it's 3 cups of water, which is 750 grams. 750 litres, milliliters, with 450 grams of lactose in there. So I'm hoping that I can get this all dissolved and it stays in solution, but it's not looking terribly good. Oh, it is clearing up a little bit. Anyway, this is fascinating stuff. Okay, so while that's coming up to the boil, I want to boil that for a good sort of 10 minutes or so, get it all sanitized. We're going to come over here to coffee. I got this from local coffee grind roaster, DeBella in North Melbourne, and this is a free sample they gave me. I got 2 little free samples. Hopefully this ends up being about a cup. They say this one's like caramel and chocolate, so I think they'll go really well with the white stout flavour that I'm going for. So I have a coffee grinder here, but I'm not going to use that because that grinds fairly fine, as you can see. You don't really it's really fine for this machine that I have, but when you do cold extraction, the barista that I talk to, you want to use one of these because you want big chunks. You don't want to break it up too fine, because then you get a lot of tannins and bitterness from it. So we're gonna smash up these beans and see how we go. That's going to be a cup. If it's not quite enough, I'll make it up with something else. Excuse the noise. So we don't want to pulverize the beans. We just want to kind of get them to kind of being all broken up. That's pretty good there. Kind of looks a bit like cacao nibs. Just making sure that every bean is broken up. Give it a good shake. It looks pretty good in there. I might just give it a few more blasts. You can still see some big ones in there. Alright, let's get that into a measuring cup. It's about 2/3 of a cup, so maybe I'll get a couple more beans out of there. We'll bash them up. Have a hybrid. There you go. That's looking pretty good. So you can see, yeah, it's not too fine, but we should get some good surface area there, but hopefully not too much tannins. And this is obviously much easier to strain out when I put it into the beer as well. I'll just put like some sort of gauze or something. All right. This is the lactose in the water. It's a bit of a yellowy colour. It almost looks like egg whites, and it's definitely more viscous than normal water. So this is going to be interesting to see how the coffee goes. So here we go. We're going to pour that in. It's quite a lot of coffee. We're going to give it a stir. Spoon. Good, I had that ready. That's excellent. Oh, the smell is amazing. There's not many smells that are better than freshly ground coffee, that's for sure. So we're just going to put this in here, mix it up, put it in the fridge overnight, and as I said before, we're going to keg the beer tomorrow and strain this into the keg to get the flavour of the coffee. But with the cold extraction, we're not extracting any of the oils, and we tend to have more of the nutty caramelly flavours and less of the astringent coffee flavours. That's what I'm led to believe by the barista who I talked to a while ago about adding coffee to beer. So, there we go. Okay. We might have an issue here. This is the cold extract coffee, and as you can see, there's a little bit of stratification. Yes, I might need to mix it all up. I'm slowly bringing it up to room temperature. I think I'm going to have to filter it into another container, then maybe separate the I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh dear. We've ended up with just under half a litre of coffee, but you can see there's all sorts of lactose sugar still there. I'm just going to smeg it and leave it out. Yeah, I am going to taste this. I'm expecting it to taste a bit like an iced coffee. Yeah, fun. Let's have a taste. Yeah, yummy. That tastes better than an iced coffee. And you know what time it is. As was customary with this beer, it seems, I'm going to have a try. This is ground coffee beans and lactose sugar. Let's have a look. Yeah. The lactose makes it palatable rather than just insanely bitter. But, you know, that's all the astringent flavours of the coffee is still in there, but not in the liquid. So we're finally at the tail end of this white stout. Yes, we've got just under 500 ml of the cold infused coffee and lactose, and what's this? How big? How many? This is here we go. So just under 100 mils of the vodka tincture that we made from the cacao nibs, which has been in the freezer for 4, 5, 6 weeks, quite some time. I'm not going to filter it out again. I'm just going to decant into the keg. So let's do it. I'm just going to get it in there as best we can. We're looking pretty good. A bit of sludge is going in, but you know, what the hell. Yeah, I'm going to leave that in there. Maybe I'll let that sit for a minute. Okay, now we've got the coffee. Sorry about the kids pretending to cry in the background. Oh, there's a bit of crap around the bottom of this one too. Smells awesome. So I'm not sure how much of the sugar's going in, but we're sitting at about 7% at the moment. And of course, I'm not expecting any fermentation to happen after this. One thing that I've been told is a good idea to do, don't seat the lid. Let the gas seat the lid with the pressure to find the sort of sweet spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just hold it in place, connect the gas, and just let, now the gas has kind of sealed it, and I can just pop it away.